The real John Connor, bless John Connor's heart. PDA puts racist bitches off playing the game. Fucking retard, idiot. Nipsey, do people seriously find the PDA hard to understand? Yes, we do. It's perfectly clear to me. It's not clear to us. Can you understand that? What sort of sheltered lives are people living to not be exposed to Indian accents? That's racist and intolerant. Aren't you supposed to be tolerant and inclusive and understanding? If someone can't understand an accent, why are you insulting them? Jesus Christ. And people wonder why those with criticisms get annoyed. You make any suggestion on something that you think could be improved, and you get a bunch of people accusing you of racism. I think the PDA should have an upward inflection on top of sounding Indian. Maybe add the question marks to the written text as well. Yeah, I can understand it perfectly, and I still have issues understanding someone with an Indian accent in real life. And that's coming from the gravedigger, guys. One of the most stringent defenders of Unknown Worlds. He's pointing it out. Like, dude, when the guy supporting the game agrees that there's a problem with anything, it's like, I mean, come on. It is a problem, okay? Ayashi. I think I might know that person. It's funny how many people seem to assume that everyone playing this game must be living in a diverse English-speaking country like USA or Canada, and thus should be used to dealing with all sorts of accents. No, pretty sure much of the user base isn't like that. You know what? When people make a game, you usually have translations like, hey, when's the Russian version of your game coming out so people in Russia can play your game? And, you know, we have Russian voice lines and Russian text. You have to translate the text in the game on screen to Russian so we can understand it. Hey, I'm French. Could y'all offer a French translation for your game? Why do you think games offer translations? So that someone that does not natively speak your language can enjoy the story, correct? It's the same thing with accents. Why would you put an accent that anyone can't understand? You want the option for people to understand it. You don't want to sell your game to somebody in China and be like, there's no Chinese translations. There's no Chinese voice lines, no Chinese voice acting. Here's the game, play it and enjoy it. That Chinese person is like, I don't understand what's going on. Let's call them racist. Huh? So people don't understand an accent, they're racist. I don't know, man. Back in the early 2000s, white people on the internet would pick on and bully everyone by doing what the left is doing right now, today, to the rest of the modern global world. It's called gaslighting. It's called astroturfing, blowing smoke up your ass. Disingenuous, toxic, illogical arguments. I used to call people out for this on the Yahoo chat rooms. And when people would act like that, we'd point them out and we'd ridicule them and we'd shun them. But nowadays, what used to be only a small group of toxic white nerds on the internet trolling people, now everyone's doing it. The fuck? No, pretty sure much of the user base isn't like that, and many of us would prefer hearing proper, coherent English, especially when it's coming from a piece of equipment. Why was it so hard not to break things and just use the previous game's PDA voice? Why would the AI in the PDA feel the need to simulate such a heavy accent? If you think this is inclusive, know that it's not. On the contrary, it's nothing but fetishization and mockery. Fetishization? Yeah, and mockery. God, that word fucking kicked my ass. Good point, Ayashi. It's almost like Unknown Worlds intentionally added filters to the Ravina text-to-speech voice program to make it sound like it had a thicker Indian accent. You know, Unknown Worlds and Below Zero, it just reeks of a white director and a white writer making a movie about black people and hiring black actors, but directing them to follow a white person's script. And then you get a movie that's about black culture from a white man's perspective. That's about as offensive as you can imagine things being. So we're getting a game and a story that's portraying itself as being inclusive and diverse and intellectual, but it comes across as the exact opposite. It's actually offensive. Auldwolf's band ass. Whew. If anyone wants to praise me for being banned, go for it. Point out my comments that got me banned and rub it in. I can take it. But geez, I can't. What human being? What were you thinking? What person could say and post these things and not expect consequences? He thought that just because he was towing the line and just because he's disabled, he's a protected class. You don't want equal treatment. You want special treatment. You want preferential treatment. When you start getting treated the same as everyone else, it feels like discrimination. Rules apply. Unknown Worlds, you're next. You better start moderating your fucking selves. Because we're going to be coming after you next to get canceled and banned. You want to cancel and ban and fire Simon because he offended people? Well, you salty, pissy-ass motherfuckers are upsetting and offending us. It's time for you to get banned and fired. What are y'all going to do? Y'all going to clean up house? Y'all going to clean up shop? Of fucking course not. You'll pick somebody out of your company to blame. You'll publicly shame them, and then you'll fire them. I'm going to read this post. There really were a lot of Nazis in the old Subnautica community, weren't there? Oh, wow. First comment. I've got so many feelings right now. I mean, this is what appealing to insecure white men who want to overcompensate with giant submarines and mass genocide does. I'm not surprised that they wanted to diversify their community. Jesus. Again? Whiskey Project. Do I still got their post up? Nah. Whiskey Project. She's not a man. It's a woman. She's got a great sense of humor, too. A justification for being a racist whack job really is just that. It's nothing more. The voice is perfectly coherent even for non-native English speakers. I say this having spoken with one about it out of curiosity. This guy spoke with one non-native English speaker, so it speaks for everyone else. By far the most, that's like saying I'm friends with one black person, so I'm not racist, right? If what I just said sounds retarded, it's because it is. I'm friends with one black person, therefore I can't be racist against black people. I spoke with one non-English speaking person and they agree, so that means that everyone agrees. Whatever. By far the most important part is clear enunciation. Past that, the accent doesn't matter. Claiming that it's because English isn't your first language is pure nonsense. You knew that, though. Let me make another video.